G'day Year 7s, and here's another video in our series on algebra. Now we're actually skipping a section here. I'm not sure whether I'll go back to it or not, but this is related to exercise 5. If we've skipped, means we're up to 5D. So this is exercise 5D, and we're looking at like terms. Okay, like terms. Alright, so a bit of info to start with. Whenever we have terms with exactly the same variables, so exactly the same variables, and now again our variables called pronumerals are our letters. Okay, so if they've got exactly the same letters, they are called like terms, and they can be collected and combined. Okay, so for example, if we've got 3x and 5x, 3x plus 5x, because the letters in each of these terms are exactly the same, they can be simplified into 8x. So you simply just add the numbers. Just add the numbers together, tack on the pronumeral or the pronumerals on at the end. So we don't add the pronumerals as well. You don't end up with 8x squared, for example. Okay, you just add the numbers only. Okay, now add the numbers only, add the numbers only, add the numbers only, add the numbers only. Hopefully that will now continue in your head and you'll do it. All right. I know it was really annoying, but anyway, let's move on. If the two terms do not have exactly the same variables, okay, if they do not have exactly the same, and they've got to be exact. If they're not exact, they are kept separate. So 3x plus 5y cannot be simplified. It must be left as this is, okay? Even if you had 3x plus 5xy, they must be left as they are, because the variables here, the pronumerals in this one is x and y, where here is just x. So they cannot be added together. They've got to have exactly the same letters in each of the terms for them to be added together. Okay. Multiplication is very different, but I'm not going to go there. Okay. If you're multiplying these guys, you can do good. Sorry about that. You can do some stuff with them, but adding, you can't. Okay, so when you're dealing with like terms, normally you're talking about adding and subtracting only. Okay. Alright, so here's some notes that you probably need to write into your books, please. Like terms are terms containing exactly the same variables, although not necessarily in the same order. Alright, so the order does not matter. So for example, 5a and b and 3a and b, okay, are like terms. Okay, got exactly the same letters, they're exactly the same order. 4a and 7b are not like terms because they've got different letters in them, and here 2acb and 4bac are like terms because it doesn't matter about the order, they have exactly the same letters. They've both got an A, they've both got a B, and they've both got a C. Okay, it doesn't matter about the order is irrelevant. If they've got exactly the same letters in any type of order, they are like terms. Okay, like terms can be combined with an expression to create simpler expression. So that is simplifying. Okay, that is equivalent. So 5ab plus 3ab can be simplified to 8ab, and they both mean, they're both, sorry, getting tongue-tied. They both give you exactly the same answer. Okay, so they are called, and that's the section we've actually missed with the 5C's, equivalent expressions. We may go back to that and do a bit of work, but at this point I want to skip it. But they are equivalent, so you can add these guys together. If two terms are not like terms, such as 4x and 5y, they can still be added to get an expression like this, but you can't simplify that any further. You can't get 9xy, for example. You can't do it. Don't do it. Don't get 9xy if the letters are different in both of these. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, hopefully I've made my point there. You can only add the numbers together if the letters are exactly the same. Okay, I don't know why I've got a blank. I was going to write some stuff, I think, but I think I've gone through it. Okay, so make sure, doesn't matter the order, any order, if they've got exactly the same letters in any type of order, they are like terms, and you can add and subtract them. Okay, you can simplify them, and that is another word to simplify. If you're asked to simplify, it means you add them together where you can. All right, if they don't have exactly the same letters, all right, so maybe if we've got 2abc minus AB, okay, we can't subtract that because this has got an A, B and C, this has only got an A, B. There is no C there. Okay, so we can't do anything with that. They are not like terms. They are not the same. We can't add or subtract or simplify them in any shape, way or form. Okay, and it's really important you understand that. Okay, let's go through some examples. Actually, I don't need to do that. sorry, I'm just going to go back to there. All right, so which of the following pairs are like terms? So what I want you to do, you need to pause this video, and I know a lot of you don't do this, but I wish you would. Pause this video, please, get a blank piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to go through and mark out which one of these are like terms. All right, so just write down the letter of the question. So, for example, is 3x and 2x like terms? I've got exactly the same letters. So yes, they are. So write on your piece of paper, A is a like term. Okay, so please do this because it's important that you do it to make sure you get an understanding from my initial explanation. Okay, so pause, off you go, paper and pen, work through these. Done the first one for you, off you go. Okay, welcome back. Please make sure please just do it because it's really important. Don't just keep playing the videos. All right, is 3A and 3B like terms? They've got different letters, so hopefully you said no, they are not like terms. C, 2A and B, 5B and A. Okay, they've both got an A, they've both got a B, so yes, that is a like term. Okay, 4K and K. All right, now if you see a letter on its own, what's the number that goes in front of that one? What's the coefficient of K? Hopefully you said 1, so that is actually a 1K in there. Whoops, hey, where'd that go? Hey, hang on, what have I done? Hang on, yeah, all right, now we're sorted. All right, so is 4K and 1K like terms? Well, that's got a K and that's got a K. So yes, they are like terms. 2A and 4AB. That's got an A, that's got an A, but it's also got a B. So that is not a like term. Okay, 7AB and 9ABA. So it's got an A, it's got a B. It's got an A, that's got a B, but it's also got another A. Okay, because it's got an extra A in there, this has only got 1. That's got 2. So they are not like terms. Hopefully you got that. Okay, so remember they've got to be exactly the same. Every way, the letters have got to be exactly the same. Apart from order, they've got to be exactly the same. Okay, so they are not because this one's got an extra A. This has only got the 1A. Okay, simplifying using like terms. Simplify the following by collecting like terms. So we just basically add the like terms together. Now, as you do these, I want you to rewrite them. And I'm just going to rearrange these touch. I want you to rewrite them with your like terms gathered together. Okay, so my first step down here, so again you've written your question, your exercise 5D. Okay, question 1, all in red, A, written your question down, underneath your equal signs. Now first thing I want you to do is you identify your like terms and you group them together. Don't add them or anything at this point. So 7B, it's got a B, that's got a B. So I'm going to actually bring this B, and remember whatever is in front of that term or that number or that letter, that sign has to go with it. Okay, so I've got 7B, the plus comes with it, and I'm going to put the 3B together. So I've grouped my like terms, and this plus 2 just gets moved to the back. So this guy's just been moved up into there, and this plus 2 has been moved to the back. Now I've got my like terms together, I can add them. So when we add them, remember all we do is add the numbers together. Okay, so 7 plus 3 is 10. We tack on the letter after it, plus 2. That's it. We can't go any further than that. That is our answer. We don't have any values for B here. You've got no other information about what B is, so that is as far as we can go. We can't go any further than that. Okay, here we've got 12D minus 4D plus D. So each of these are like terms. We've got 3 like terms here that we can deal with. So equals underneath. I'm going to do one at a time. So we can actually add and subtract all these guys. So I'm going to, again, use our BIDMAS. So adding, subtracting, left to right. 12D take 4D. So 12 take 4 is 8. Put the D after it. And I'm going to put this D at the end. Haven't dealt with that one yet. I only worked out the 12 minus the 4. Now we've got 8D plus D. Remember what number goes in front of this D? Because there's nothing there. There is actually a 1. So I recommend you write a 1 in there so you know. Don't get lost and confused. So 8 plus 1 is 9. And we put the D after it. There is our answer. That is as far as we can go. We've got no values for D. That is our answer. Okay, C here. Again, we've got 5 plus 12A, so we look for, and there's another A. I'm going to group them together. Got a 5 there, got a 4B, got a minus 2, so there's no other B's in there, so there's our only like term. So I'm going to rewrite all this, and I'm actually going to bring this guy, remember I'm not going to forget that minus sign, and bring it up into there. So I'm going to write the 5 plus 12a minus 3a, and then the plus 4b, and the minus 2 goes at the end. Okay, so whatever sign is in front, please, again, this is an important thing to remember, and you guys have got to start remembering this stuff. Whatever sign is in front has to go with it. You can't just move the 3a on its own and think, oh, there's a plus there, I'll put that 3a in there and have a plus 3a. Again, you get a very different answer. So whatever is in front goes with it. That is a package, that is a group. Don't split them up, they can't be split up. They've got a very loving marriage, and there's no splitting up of these guys. Okay, all right, 5 plus 12a minus 3. I'm going to work on this part first. Okay, now actually the other thing I could do is group my, actually I'm going to go back. Sorry, I'm going to go back a bit because I've got other like terms in this. Sorry, that was my bad. What are my other like terms here? Who can tell me? Can you identify any other like terms in this expression? Well, I'll give you a hint, the 5. Yeah, hopefully you said this minus 2. Okay, they are like terms as well because they don't have letters. There's no coefficient. They are called, what are they called? Okay, what are the numbers called without any, whoops, get rid of that. That's just something I was doing. Forget that music, boogie along if you want. Alright, we put these guys together because they are like terms and they are called constants. Okay, so I'm going to have the 5, I'm going to bring this minus 2, because the minus, again, it's a package, in behind this, so it's 5 minus 2. Now I'll do my plus 12a, bring up my minus 3a, and my plus 4b, squeeze that in, goes in right at the end. Okay, now I'm going to work this out going from left to right. Sorry, I'm really messed up a little bit before, but we're back on track. 5 minus 2 gives us 3. Okay, plus 12a minus 3a. Alright, so they are like terms, exactly the same letters. 12 take 3 is 9. Put the a after it, and then plus the 4b at the end because that's got no like terms, and that's my answer. I can't go any further than that. Again, I don't have any values for a and b. These are not like terms. I can't add them together at all. I can't get 13ab. Doesn't work like that, sorry. Okay, so don't go there, please. When you're adding subtracting, you can only add or subtract when they are like terms. Okay, all right, last couple of examples. Again, we're going to rewrite all these guys and put them in some sort of order. Okay, so we've got an a there, we've got an a there, we've got an a there, and we've got a b, and we've got a b. So we're going to group all these guys together. Remember, taking the sign in front has to go with it. So I'm going to write the 13a first. Now, where's my next a? Here. So I've got to put my plus 2a in there. Then I'm going to use my next a. So my minus 4a has to go in there. Okay. Then I can write my plus 4b. So this plus and the, sorry, not 4b, 8b go in there. So my plus 8b. And my minus 5b has to go in there. Okay, so now I've grouped all my like terms together. Alright, and that is the biggest place for mistakes to happen, is that when you start doing this, grouping them all together, you mix up your pluses and your minuses. So please, again, make sure whatever is in front of a number or a letter or a term has to go with it when you move it. Okay, so this plus 2a, the whole lot has come up behind this 13a. This minus 4a, the whole lot has come up behind then the 2a, and so on. So it's really important. Alright, so now we can start working with these guys. So what's 13 plus 2 gives me 15, minus the 4, so 15 minus 4 gives me 11. So 11a for that first one. So again, 13 plus 2 minus the 4, so 13 plus 2 is 15, minus 4 is 11, and then the a gets tacked on at the end. Okay, plus I've got, I'm assuming it's going to be a plus answer here, and I can tell because the numbers are bigger. So I've got a b and a b, so 8 minus 5, which is 3, and I put the letter on at the end. That is my answer. Okay, so it looks really difficult, but can be done really quickly. Okay, but that's going to be the biggest mistake you guys make, is when you move these guys around to group them together. You're you're going to get these pluses and minuses mixed up. Just keep remembering, whatever's in front stays in front. All right, this one. Draw a line to separate these guys. 12 UV. So I'm looking for UV, U and V. So they are like terms. So I'm going to group these guys together. 12 UV. There's a minus in front, so that's got to go with it. Minus 3V, oops, VU, okay, plus the 7V, and what do we got? Plus 3V. They are like terms as well, so I'm going to do the plus 3V at the end. Okay, I could rewrite these around the right way too if I wanted to. I could write UV there, okay, but they are like terms. So 12 minus 3 gives me 9, and I put the UV after it. Okay, just put the letter straight after. Plus 7 plus 3, because they are like terms, got a V in each, gives me 10V. And I can't add these guys together because that's a U and that's a V and that's just got only a V. So they are not like terms, they are not the same. Okay, and that is it. Alright, so again, it's pretty easy to identify the like terms, but the hard bit is when you rearrange these guys is that you keep whatever sign is in front with them, because that is going to be the biggest mistake you guys make. Alright, so I can't stress that enough. Please, please, please be careful of your pluses and minuses. Make sure they go with the term whenever you move it, and shuffle your equation around, your expression around. Okay, alright. Go back and watch anything you didn't quite understand or want to have another look at just to confirm. Otherwise, get into the next exercise. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.